I'd now like to introduce Tim Lamb, one of our Year 10 coordinators here at the college.
Thanks, Jacob. Hello, everyone. My name is Tim Lamb. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a rough throat, so a little bit deeper voice than usual. Look, I'm here to talk to you about the Year 10 structure. Look, that consists of, in the coordination team, of myself as one of the year level coordinators, also another year level coordinator, Bridie Hind, it was this year, also by Tim Bridgman as well. You'll probably meet him later on. Tim works on transition during the second half of the year, so effectively we've got 3 year level coordinators in the first semester and 2 in the second semester, so there's plenty of support there. Now David quickly touched base on the graduate program about allowing students to, I guess, spread their wings and have more than just a piece of paper when they leave school, have some experience and some, I guess, some talk about what they can talk about in an interview or a panel when they're going for different jobs. Part of the graduate program we run is what you from middle years would know as your A teams, or from different schools as your home groups. So this is where we meet twice a week as a part of the program, where you'll talk about things like your pastoral care, attendance, and any other wellbeing issues that are going along. So your graduate teacher will become your first to touch base with teacher. The way that it theoretically runs is that hopefully you'll have that same graduate teacher throughout the whole 3 years. But as schools do go, teachers do come and go, so sometimes you can have more than one. But the idea is that that teacher will get to know your child really well, and also hopefully know you really well and have some kind of relationship that you can call up and touch base with at the school. The options for Year 10. We are limited by what the government says we can and can't do. So there's 4 core subjects at Year 10 that we teach. Also, we do offer some VCE subjects in Year 10 and VET subjects also. Michael Rosenbrock will talk to you guys about the advancement programs later as well. So the subjects we do have to teach are English, maths, obviously extremely important in everyday life, followed by humanities and science, which are also followed by 2 electives also each semester in your graduate program. So the timetable that you do see is something similar to this. So the first bar you see there is of semester 1 and semester 2. So you'll notice that semester 1 and 2 are very similar in the fact that English, maths, science and humanities are all taught. And those electives at the end there, they're the ones that you get to choose your subjects on interest areas. Now you'll see there are 4 chances to do electives. If you do choose a Year 10 subject, they do run for 6 months only, so 1 semester. So potentially if you choose all Year 10 electives, you get 4 chances of doing different subjects throughout that year of Year 10. We do allow students to do VCE subjects or VET subjects. It's very much dependent on conversations between the child, the parents and your A-team teachers or your home group teachers to see whether you feel that you're up to the challenge of having a go at that year ahead. Now, we do encourage that if you would like to do that, but we just want to be really clear that you're not behind at all by not doing a Year 11 subject in Year 10. All the subjects you can start as a standard Year 11 subject in Year 11, okay? So when you're looking at your subjects, if you've got interest areas, if you've got passions, that's when you can go for those higher year level subjects. But I often speak to students, and sometimes it's good at Year 10 just to have little taste testers of what's available because they do lead into that Year 11 kind of courses. As David mentioned, we do have a lot of communication between home and school, and one thing that you'll find is the parent portal that we're working on now. It is a work in progress and we are getting things up and going, but I think David might have mentioned that we do put our reports online, so you can have access to them at any stage, which is really useful. We do feel that communication is pretty important, and we do try and strive for that throughout the whole year. So you'll see that we report, like all schools, on 2 semesters, and they're your big reports which have the comments and telling you where your child is up to with their progress with the curriculum. We have, I'll just skip to it really quickly. We'll go for this one, sorry. 4 parent-teacher interview nights, so opportunities for staff and parents and students to have a discussion about how they're going in each of those subjects. And also, so they do run generally 2 at the start of the year, followed by a couple more at the end. Tim Bridgen will talk about another opportunity that we have after Head Start, where we all invite all parents and students back to discuss how things went for their first couple of weeks at school. One thing we do which is quite important, and we do find it's really of good value for parents and students, is the GPAs. So those of you who have children at Wodonga Middle Years will be aware of the GPAs. If you're coming from different schools, you might not be so much aware of this. Effectively, it's a mini report every 6 weeks. So we ask the teachers to report on 5 different categories on a scale of 1 to 5. So you'll see they're on the furthest right, and you'll notice that there's only one category based on your achievement in class. The rest of the things that we talk about, work skills, you know, where you're closest to you've ever been to be able to leave and go to work or university, and these are the skills that you need to have. You know, your effort and attitude, your personal learning and so forth as well. This gives you an average for each class, you can see on the far right, and also an overall one for the whole year. So I guess at its minimum, it's a great conversation starter. You know, how would I use this as a parent is often a question I do have, and it's just simply being able to have a look at it and go, okay, where are some areas that I might be behind on or ahead in? You know, what's making me go really well in that subject? What are some things that I need to improve on? You notice a 5 is obviously over and above what's expected. A 4 is being at the level that the teacher expects you at, and obviously down to a 1 being, you know, far from satisfactory of where we need you to be. So, you know, you might notice that they've got low scores in the managing personal learning, so you'll be saying, oh, what are some things you can do to improve this? And it might just be simple things like turning up to class on time and bringing your equipment, all the way to what are some things we need to improve on across the board. The beauty of these as well, which I might have quickly touched base on, is that they are purely 6-week blocks. So what you've done in the 6 week before have no relevance on your score that you get for the second one. So if a child does come and, you know, they don't do particularly well in their first GPA, it's okay. As I said, it's something to reflect on and say, okay, well, how do we improve this? And then from that next 6 weeks, then you can start yourself with some other goals. That's it from me. Thank you for your time. I'll hand you back over to Jacob.